What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. White man exposes the truth. He just says it nice and plain for everybody to hear. There's no way to misinterpret what he's saying. He's saying that white men are jealous of black men. Plain and simple. It's just real plain. White men are jealous of black men. White men are the most superior, inferior males on the planet. They are both the superior male species and both the inferior male species all at the same time, as far as they're concerned, right? And these white men are usually the white men who subscribes to the culture of whiteness, which is just racism. Whiteness has always been just racism. The culture of whiteness is capitalistic oppression of black and brown people in order to benefit rich white people, and also the oppression of poor white people. Like, most definitely, you gotta oppress poor white people and then manipulate them, right? And so the rich white people who are rich, therefore they don't care how athletic, how high you can jump, or how fast you are, how quick your twitch muscles are. They don't care about none of that, because they'll buy that person, all right, to do whatever it is they need done. All right, they have the money for it, right? They don't care about competing with that superior athlete when it comes to women, because the rich white men, they got the money to buy any woman that they want, right? And child, because we know they like that. Epstein class, right? So, but the poor white man, the poor white man doesn't have any of those benefits. You get to be white. That's your reward. You get to have white privilege, all right? That's the only thing you get to have. White privilege means that you're just not, no one's being racist to you. That's it, right? No institution created to keep you down. Oh, my bad. Hold up. Sorry. The white supremacist institution was meant to keep you down, but it was meant for you to keep yourself down. That's right. I forgot how they structured that. Right. The white supremacist institutions are meant to keep you and the black people and the POCs down, but you are the enforcer for white supremacy. That's your position. All right. So therefore, since you get a little bit of privilege and you also work for white supremacy, you don't get a pass, right? And that's what we're trying to tell you. You don't get a pass, right? You are a victim, but you're also a perpetrator. You don't get a pass, right? But you guys don't get to have the overwhelming financial ability to overrule the overwhelming dominance of those you envy, right? And it's not like it's black folks, black men sitting around here, showing off. We're just living. Apparently, that's all it takes. And, this is not new. The Arabs are also jealous of us. Everybody is. That's why in history, right, when Arabs and Europeans and certain groups got to have African slaves for the purpose of fighting, they would cut their balls off and their penis so they can't procreate, because they were afraid. They already knew that the black man's reputation preceded himself. That's why they wanted the black man to do all that hard labor that these Arabs and white men couldn't do, and fight the wars that, if they would have had to fight themselves, it'd have been an even playing field. But getting the first weapon of mass destruction, which was the black man, the Arabs and the Europeans end up dominating their respective ops, utilizing Africans, right? But what they didn't want is for us to rise above them, right? Therefore, they cut our ability to rise, right? But they couldn't do that to everybody, because a lot of those armies were mercenary armies from Africa. They didn't stop none of those mercenary African warriors from procreating with their mixed mulatto Arab women, and Levantine women, and Greek women, and Turkish women. They didn't stop that. And Indian women didn't stop us when we came over there, not as slaves, right? And so now that they see, damn, these black men, they're not slaves anymore, they're going to do the same thing they did back in ancient days, huh? They're going to procreate with all of our women. Why? Because the women are naturally attracted to us. It's just what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing we can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. You've tried, remember? But, admitting that, is the first step to recovery. Because here's the thing. What if aliens, right, one day we're going to encounter an advanced life. They're going to be probably more advanced than us, right? They're going to have technology we've never seen before. And they may have body structures that's far superior than even the black man. Does that mean that the black man's going to all of a sudden get jealous of these aliens, and because the black woman is now interested in dating one of these aliens? Are we going to go and invade their country and enslave all the aliens just because we feel inferior but want to be superior? To make up for our lack of superiority, we have to be extra about it. Go full retard on it, huh? Is that what we're gonna do? If we ever run into a being that's not of this earth, that's got faster twitch muscles, stronger, in all the ways that you guys view us with, how you think we're gonna act? We're gonna be like, oh damn, that's cool. We're gonna compete with them. We're gonna try. It's not gonna be malice. You guys got a lot of malice, right? That's some internal shit. That's like internal issues y'all got to deal with. And I think the world is quite tired of dealing with you spewing it and manifesting it and disseminating it and making all of your political and social choices as individuals and as groups and institutions based off this jealousy. It's not normal, all right? So nature's either going to self-correct, which it's doing. It's doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Nature is self-correcting, right? But you guys, you're going to have to get it together if you want to, stick around for as long as you possibly can. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
I just want to let this fact be known that was let known to me as a younger man, and I refuse to believe it because I didn't have the intelligence level to process it, but I'm going to give it to you. The reason that a lot of white men are racist towards black men is because they feel inferior, and they would be right. We're talking about the same people that we enslaved in this country for hundreds and hundreds of years and then didn't give them any rights and made them fight tooth and nail for every right that they ever got. And they're still right here next to us doing the same shit that we're doing. And you feel that inferiority. Bro, it was literally common knowledge that was taught to us by adults, and we all knew this to be true, that the only reason that black men jumped higher than us or ran faster than us is because they had an extra muscle in their leg. Bro, we really came up with that just so that we can cope. You feel inferior because the people that we enslaved and oppressed for hundreds of years still made it eye level with us and more. And what did they make from all that? After hundreds of years of the most heinous violence of enslavement, they made beautiful music and beautiful culture and a beautiful community, and they made America as great as it is. And what did white people do in our white system at the end of that and still try to do? We try to take them all and cram them into the most poverty-stricken area, give them no resources, and then blame them for their bad living conditions. A black woman told me when I was a young man, and it pissed me off at the time because I was too dumb to understand, that white men have the highest rate of masculine fragility. We are so insecure, and the second that we feel shamed or embarrassed, we become very dangerous. Tell me the lie. Show me where the lie's at. Because make no mistake, people, I'm not talking just from something I heard from a video. I'm talking from experience. I am from the predominantly white town, the very small, very predominantly white town. I grew up listening to my grandfather, my friends, everybody saying the N-word. I said the N-word growing up. I didn't just have these ideologies with me from day one. These are things that I had to unlearn first from where I was from and relearn from people who knew better. Smarter people with bigger worlds to live in. And I had to go through a lot of embarrassing moments. Like the one time that I told this black girl that you would easily be able to tell a white person and a black person apart, even if their skin color was the same, because of their facial features. And here I am all this time later with the entire internet saying that I look like an albino black man. Where's the lie? And I really like when you guys say that. So listen up, men. These are your two options when it comes to feeling inferior to black men. One, you can deny it, build the resentment, and make up rumors and lies about black people to make you feel better, which a lot of you do. Or you can do what a good man does when he finds a man who has the things and attributes and characteristics that you want, you model yourself after him. You take all the good from that man, you leave the bad, and you build a better version of you. Build a better version of you, not make less of somebody else to feel better.
Call them nigger to their fucking face. They've implanted themselves into our society and ever since have been on a full-fledged campaign to dehumanize the white man as much as they possibly can. Our dehumanization has become normal. Our dehumanization has become profitable. And the saddest part is the only reason why that is the adults let it happen. They never stepped in. Instead, they see these stupid walking on the street and they go, oh, that's that guy who preaches white genocide. Oh, look at him. He's so cool. Look at all his fancy clothing. Look at all his watches. Look at all his fucking cars. I'd totally let him fuck my wife in front of me. That's what the generations before us did. Now we're just supposed to sit here and take it just like they did? Fuck no, nigger. Make these fucking niggers as fucking possible. Let them know you're not their fucking friend. Let them know that you will not be de-fucking humanized, that this fucking crusade is no longer a thing, and anybody who supports it is gonna fucking get it. Takes fucking 2 seconds. This problem can be solved in 2 fucking seconds. Once you snap, you never go back.
Everybody just point and laugh. The superior race. These dudes act like a bunch of fucking divas. Are we really supposed to take you seriously? A guy who props up his camera, yelling at the phone, calling somebody the N-word. It sounds like a lot of hate and a lot of jealousy that's coming from you. And that's pretty much all you get from these fucking people. That's what it's about. It's about hate. It's about jealousy. We get it. You're not as cool as us. You don't have the swagger down pack. You're not emotionally competent to be us. Because if you was, you wouldn't be sitting here yelling at a phone screen like a big pussy. You would go out and do something about it. That's what a lot of you superior motherfuckers are scared to do. You rather sit online, hold your little phone up, and spew out hate out your mouth. Because you're so fucking jealous that no one wants your wet dog smelling ass. But you rather spew out hate against people who's not bothered by you. You's a fucking joke to us. Nobody's worried about a wet dog, leprechaun, redhead motherfucker. You're the least of our worries. We could send out the weakest fucking black person to take care of you. Hell, one of our women could take you by theyself. We don't need no fucking army for you fucks. Just a big ass joke. The obsession with black man and BBC is real. We live rent free in y'all head. This is a perfect example of that.
A woman's body count is no longer the most important number to look at when it comes to deciding who your wife is going to be.
It's have they dated a black person in the past? And if so, how many black people did they date and the shade of blackness they have dated? If we're talking about like a half skin 6 years ago, 2 dates, we can kind of brush that under the rug. But if we're talking 3 or more, burnt crispy, to the streets.
I am learning through social media that there are a non-small percentage of white guys who spend a lot of time just solely thinking about black men. There's been multiple videos from women that have went viral saying that they went on a date with men who are white, and many of those men have asked them, oh, have you ever dated a black guy? What kind of question is that? You are not hiding your racism in the slightest if someone being viewed as marriage material or girlfriend material is contingent on whether they haven't dated somebody of a different race. It is actually insane, and I get more disappointed in people as the days go on. So, yeah.
The white men in the top 1% have successfully made a good portion of the white men in the lower class, the poor white men, think that the poor black man is his enemy, is the reason why he's suffering. I literally had somebody in the comments say, I'm a white man who struggled raising my 5 kids. I got denied for SNAP because I'm white. No, you got denied for SNAP because the guidelines for SNAP are incredibly strict. It doesn't matter your race. SNAP workers don't have the ability to say, oh, you're white, I'm denying you. They're looking at your income, and the income is very strict. Which brings me to another point of why are people on the right so obsessed with people that get SNAP when it's already hard enough to get it? And being white doesn't make you not get it. But this person obviously has something against black people. They think they're the enemy. They think that a poor black person has the exact same experience, the exact same struggles as a poor white man. No, they have all of your problems and so much more against them. It just makes me wonder why people don't choose to educate themselves on this and they just want somebody to not like because they're suffering. And so somebody that's suffering more than them, they have to hurt them instead of looking at the top 1%, at the rich people. Why are you mad at other poor people? Why are you mad at other poor people just because they have a different skin color than you and you need somebody to look down on? Why are you not looking down on the people that are above you? Why are you not looking at their greed? Why are you not looking at their manipulation tactics that convinced you to scapegoat another human being who's never hurt you? If you've been brainwashed by the system, you know that you can wake up, right? You can educate yourself. You can educate other people. You cannot let these rich people succeed at what they're trying to do to us. It's us versus them. It's us versus them. It's not us versus us. That's what they want. They want the little poor people to fight against each other, right? And the middle class even. They don't want us fighting against the rich, because if we fight against the rich, we have power. Because we have power in numbers. There's more of us than them. But that makes too much sense, right? You just want to be angry. You want to be angry as somebody who's born with more struggles than you are, and then has your struggles on top of it. Why are people like this? And then when you point this out to people, they just they always have something else to say instead of just listening to what you're saying and soaking it in and being like, wait a second, you have a point. It's crazy.
Most white men nowadays are obsessed with black men. Some of them are envy and jealous, and that's masqueraded as racism. You know, the usual slurs. Sometimes you can be confused because you've done nothing to them whatsoever. A lot of it comes from jealousy that white women are exploring more of their options and they're finding a lot more black men attractive. Some white men take this and they take it the wrong way, okay? They could be mad at you for a woman that you might not even like, but because she is attracted to you, now you are the problem. They're gonna call her slurs, like derogatory terms, like what do they say, mud shark, but they're overall going to place the anger onto you and call you the problem. They literally sit and think about you all day. Do you know how many videos and conversations that I've had with either one of my white homegirls or just videos online where they detailing men on dates asking if that woman has been out with any black men? The obsession is real, and it will sound so extreme, it damn near sounds like a fan fiction on some book talk shit. Despite popular belief, we're not as mentally weak as we once were. You know what I mean? With all the Twitter conversations, everything aside from that, I've seen a lot of resilience within the community as of recent. So I gotta give you guys my props, right? We live in the best time for at-hand information that you can go retrieve a source and really double check your facts. Black people aren't typically going to succumb to societal pressure as much as they used to, as far as things like surgery that is influenced by white America. Like, I barely hear or see anybody getting nose jobs like how they used to, okay? Maybe it's gone up, but I haven't seen anything, I haven't read anything that suggests otherwise. Like that Michael Jackson shit, I hate how he was made to feel like his nose was messed up or wrong. He just had a black nose. He just had a black bell pepper nose. The BBL shit, it's disappointing. I don't even want to talk about that right now. It's going to give me a headache. But other than that, I feel as though our community is pretty resilient right now. Aside from Twitter, the Twitter space, pretty resilient. So there's going to be a lot of envy going around coming from white men because they're jealous of either how you look or the women that they think you are taking from them, okay? Understand, with all this obsession and hate that comes from white men to the black men, it's never going to match a black woman's. I'm trying to tell you. Societally speaking, it's not to compare struggles or anything. They both have it societally hard because they try to take everything and they try to make it their own swag, brand it off as their own. But for black women, they do that at 10 times more. Tenfold. I wanted to touch on this topic for a little bit. I didn't even go in depth as like I wanted to, but I try to refrain from this kind of topic because I've talked about white men a few times on this account. But people need to understand there are things happening where you will get unreasonable hate or obsession. Join the Discord, one-on-one coaching in the bio. You guys have a great day.
Men have some of the weirdest complexes I've ever seen, because how can you have an inferiority complex while also believing that your race is greater than every other race? It doesn't make sense to me, because how can you feel like you're better than other men because of your race while also feeling like other men are better than you because of their race? It just doesn't, I don't get it. If you truly believe that because you are a white man that makes you greater than a man of any other race, then why do they never walk it like they talk it? To tell the truth, black men trigger white men just by existing, and I don't get it. Definitely don't let your girl get too close to a black man because they will flip. No, I just feel like somebody need to tell the truth. Do y'all hate us or you love us? But it can't be both.
I've noticed that white men are jealous. And while this is more typically pronounced in regards to black men because of these stereotypes about black men's, there is a lot of envy from white men for men of color. But it's just crazy how much racism is rooted in jealousy, specifically white men's inability to satisfy women, because that seems to be a problem that quite a lot of people have reported with white partners or husbands.
Come on! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7! Let's go! 1, 2, 3, you're so good. 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
This is a public service announcement for white men.
Never try to control a woman. Let her move freely. Let her choose.
Don't blame races, blame evolution, and blame genetics.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.